tourist attractions. You're not gonna. There's not that much downtown. I mean, you can go see, the harbor and stuff, but I don't know how exciting that is for the average person. But yeah, I mean, like, there's all kinds of great stuff just within walking distance. Unlike this, the venue itself is great, but there's not really that much to eat around here anyway.
Burger King, man.
There's Chinatown.
Burger King isn't food.
There's Chinatown. Chinatown was good last night. The only problem is this is Chinese New Year, so like it was a bunch of stuff was closed.
I hear it is the year of the tiger now.
I thought it was Dragon. I don't know. You're
Dragon's
right.
good too. I like both of those.
Dragon.
So, do any of our viewers have questions out there? Is it Rashad or Gerry T?
It's clearly Gerry T.
Rashad is not spewing random things ever about decks. They don't care. They want us to talk about Magic, not Chinese
Magic.
food.
Well, what do you want to hear about? Talk about Standard. I can't tell you what's good in Standard. I'm playing the Standard Pro Tour next week.
I heard the Allies deck
Is there actually a sweet ally deck? Because someone was telling me that in Japan, like the cards for all the rare allies and just ally cards in general, are just being bought up like crazy. And if that's happening in Japan, that scares me.
They like
Japanese
missed something.
I just missed something.
The Japanese bought up all the shapeshifters.
Really? Here? I'm legitimately terrified. Did they really?
Somebody told me that.
I gotta go ask my dealer friends because that's really seriously scary.
Like I don't know if it's I can't imagine it being viable, but I heard that Japanese bought up all the blue shapeshifters.
Yeah, a lot of the dealers here are going to be at the Pro Tour, so they're going to empty
ally,
them out
the clone one?
in case anyone finds
I know
them.
what you're talking about. The 2 casting cost 1 copy an ally in play.
What do you think they're copying? The mill guy? Super mill allies?
I think I don't think this is part of it, but I was thinking like the mana producing one, the shapeshifter. Somebody's saying that in Rite of Replication.
Jeez. This deck sounds sweet.
I don't know how it beats a Grixis deck, but
things that kill your stuff can be problematic. Yeah, I actually think.
No one plays creature removal on Standard. It's fine.
Yeah.
but 2 minutes block.
Yeah, I think Jund is still obviously at or among the top decks. The creature lands are very good for Jund. I think that that Tectonic Edge, Jund takes a bit of a hit, but I think that a lot of decks take a bit of a hit from Tectonic Edge.
I think Edge is awesome.
Edge is so good. That's one of the cards that I think is fantastic in this format. It really puts a damper on a lot of any sort of cool ultimatum decks. It's really difficult to cool ultimatum through Tectonic Edge.
As if that card could get any worse.
Yeah. but yeah, I mean, Jace is obviously an incredibly good card. The crab, the turtle. The turtle's pretty sweet. Yeah. Matt Sperling does an excellent Calcite Snapper impression.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I can't do it nearly as well. It's pretty amazing. He was. I was trying to see myself actually do it on the feed there, but no. He actually was saying that if he plays with Calcite Snapper in the Pro Tour,
always.
No, he's going to wear a turtleneck, so he can
Matt Sperling is unbelievable.
He is hilarious.
We are getting started here.
All right. Well, we have our players seated.
I'll switch over to that view. So, welcome back for the finals of Grand Prix Oakland. On the left of your screen, we've got Matthew Nass with a Elves combo deck. And on the right of your screen, we've got Adam Yurchick with a Thepts deck.
Commentating here is Ben SW, myself, Ray, Gerry Thompson, and Brian Kibler.
Hello out there.
So, here we go.
So, in our pregame commentary, we discussed that Gerry thinks that Adam is favored here. I like Matt Nass in this matchup.
All right, fair enough.
I think that the elf deck is it can just do some really scary things really quickly. I mean obviously a 20/20 on turn 2 can beat just about anyone.
Right.
But
I don't know. Speaking from experience, like I've played this matchup a lot on Magic Online. I think Nass's list is a lot better than the people that I was playing against. But I mean, they just seem pretty easy. Like they just kind of roll over and die. Like even in the post-board games, like you deathmark a few things, and they don't have much going on.
We're being joined now by Brian Colwell too.
You know what this booth needed more of?
BKs.
Yeah, for sure.
We were just talking about Burger King.
Yeah.
I had Burger King this morning.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm usually faster than that.
Try the AC right here.
No, I'm just gonna have you.
Brian Cole, who
send a
finished,
tweet.
I believe, 13th in
Have
this
you
tournament,
been-
you said?
yeah,
13.
After defeating me the last round of day 2.
I at least made it pay off.
It should be. Say,
Yeah, I'm. You know, if I'm going to lose in the last round and miss day 2, I'm glad it's to Brian Cole, who qualifies for the Pro Tour. So.
Thanks, Cole.
All right, so now we are our Team BK commentators plus.
Friends.
So we're shuffling up here. Gotta find something to talk about. Brian Cowell, what happened to your hair?
They can't even
This is
see
the
you right
question
now.
we're asked. Yeah, I mean, they obviously saw you in some of your coverage. Not our match, which wasn't featured, but some other coverage.
I don't know. This summer, I just got tired of the main and decided to get rid of it. It's a lot of upkeep.
just click log in. And then
So you
it'll
just
go
finished
to-
X in 3?
Yeah,
And then you log in again.
What happened? Like when did you lose playing for top 8 or
I lost playing for top 8 in the second last round. I could have drawn in probably if I won.
would you lose to?
Zoo. I just
Pat
Top
Cox.
click it stops.
Yeah.
And you toggle stop.
he
roll.
drew more wild knockouts than me. It's-
You didn't.
The funny thing is, the round before that game was like, "How do you do so well playing Zoo?" Like, just not giving any credit to Zoo, and he's like, "Do you just draw more than wild knockouts than your opponent all weekend?" And I'm like,
Still not the same.
"No, yeah, sure, yeah, whatever." And then that's basically how I lost the next round. He just knows everything.
Wild Nakado's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
He attacks for a lot of damage very fast. So now the players are studying each other's deck lists. So, in terms of the rules on outside information, you are not allowed to. You can only during a game reference notes that were taken during the game, but between games you're allowed to reference any notes that you have available. That's right, right?
Yes.
Am I getting this right? So theoretically, if you can memorize your opponent's deck list, present your deck, and then just start writing down their deck list, you can reference that during the game.
I thought you can't reference it during the game. You can only reference it during sideboard.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you take the notes during the game, you can use them.
Oh.
Yeah, you can write whatever.
So
notes
my
you want during the
point
game.
is that if you just can remember their deck list long enough to write it down after you've already started the game, then you can just refer to it during the game.
But if you're able to memorize it for the 5 seconds, you would have
Maybe.
been able to memorize it.
Probably.
There's usually only a few cards you really need to remember.
It's just interesting, sort of like the loopholes of like what you can use when. It's just like, okay, I have to remember this.
Last year I played in PTQ, and I sat down, and at the table was the scrap of paper that I could clearly recognize as Cedric's handwriting, and I knew Cedric played my opponent the round before, and he had notes like, Blightning, blah, 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 And so I started reading off this list to my opponent, and I was like, are these the cards that are in your deck? And he just, grinned at me sheepishly, trying not to give away any information. But it turned out to be, like, notes from Cedric against him in that match, and then I played around Blightning, and, and it's like that. I wrote an article about it, and it became kind of sketchy, like, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
Like, once I realized that that's Cedric's handwriting, and it was for the notes against my opponent, like, what am I supposed to do? Am I now, like, cheating?
Yeah, it's
Like,
interesting.
I've already read them. Like,
Well, I
what
mean,
can do?
you certainly can look at them before the game, but whether you can actually reference them during the game is the sort of gray area legally.
Okay, so the players have drawn their hands. I believe Matt is keeping. And I guess Adam's going to mulligan his first hand.
You really don't have to write your own notes, right? Like, your outside notes can be someone else's, I guess.
Yeah, but you can look at them between games, but you can't look at outside notes during the game. That's the whole difference. But Yurchick seems to be mulliganing. We will not have any action just yet.
Unfortunately. Feels like forever we've been waiting here for these finals to start. But we want to thank all of you for being here on GGsLive.com, joining us for the finals of Grand Prix Oakland of Adam Yurchick versus Matt Nass.
Have you signed that? Traitor in big letters.
I'll do it.
I think I might have to do it.
Yeah. Brian Cole actually, as I mentioned before, beat me playing for day 2 in the last round yesterday. And in game 1, he actually was dead to my board that no card in his deck mattered except for the single Baneslayer Angel in his deck.
I had